The Dolphins are gearing up for Week 3 against Seattle, and things are getting real interesting with their latest practice session. After that tough loss to Buffalo, it looks like the team is coming back with a bit of hope, and some key players are back on the field. The first thing that caught everyone's attention? Raheem Mostert, the running back who missed last week's game, was spotted during the portion of practice that was open to the media. That's a pretty good sign for the Dolphins' offense. Mostert wasn't the only one out there, though. Jeff Wilson Jr., who got hurt during the Buffalo game, was also seen practicing. Wilson's injury, an oblique issue, seemed serious when it happened, but seeing him back on the field so soon is a big boost for Miami. And speaking of the Buffalo game, Robert Jones, the starting left guard who left that game with a shoulder injury, was at practice too. With how crucial the O-line is, getting Jones back would be a massive win for the team. Another promising sight? Rookie Malik Washington, a 6th-round pick, was finally back at practice. Washington missed the first 2 games of the regular season, so fans have been waiting to see what this guy can do on the field. His return couldn't have come at a better time. With him available for Seattle, it's no surprise that the Dolphins let veteran Robbie Chosen go from the practice squad. Washington stepping up could definitely shift things around for Miami. Now, it wasn't all perfect at practice. 2 big names were missing, Terron Armstead and Calais Campbell. These 2 veterans weren't spotted during the media portion, and that raised some eyebrows. Armstead's been dealing with a shoulder injury that took him out of the Buffalo game in the 3rd quarter. Campbell, though? There's no reported injury, so his absence is a bit of a mystery. Armstead's status is something that Dolphins fans are keeping a close eye on. Coach Mike McDaniel talked about it before practice, and while he didn't give a definitive answer, he seemed pretty optimistic. Getting better every day, McDaniel said. He went on to explain how they're monitoring Armstead's progress closely, seeing how much he improves and making sure they don't push him too hard too soon. You can tell McDaniel respects Armstead's leadership. He called him the captain for a reason, saying Armstead has this way of inspiring everyone around him just by being there. What's really incredible is how Armstead has been handling all of this pressure. McDaniel mentioned that it's remarkable how Armstead's been playing at such a high level, even while dealing with adversity. And that's no small feat, especially for someone in his position. A lot of people would totally wig out, McDaniel said, praising Armstead's ability to stay calm and focused. That's the kind of presence that you can't really replace on a team. It sounds like Armstead is hungry to get back out there, and McDaniel hinted that they're taking things day by day. But he did add something interesting. Armstead was smiling today. Very smiling, pearly whites, McDaniel said, describing Armstead as determined and focused. And according to the coach, that's his favorite version of Armstead. So, what does all of this mean as the Dolphins head into Seattle? Well, it's hard to say for sure just yet. On one hand, getting guys like Mostert, Wilson, and Jones back in practice is a big deal. That gives Miami some options and depth heading into a tough game. Washington's return could be a wild card, especially since we haven't seen him in a regular season game yet. On the other hand, the absence of Armstead and Campbell raises some concerns. The Dolphins will need all the help they can get, especially when facing a team like Seattle. But there's no denying that the team's mood seems more upbeat than after that disappointing loss to Buffalo. Maybe it's because players are coming back from injuries quicker than expected, or maybe it's the energy of guys like Armstead keeping everyone focused. Either way, the Dolphins are in a much better place now than they were a few days ago. Will that be enough to take down the Seahawks? That's the big question. One thing's for sure, this Dolphins team isn't going down without a fight. The way they've been bouncing back from injuries and staying focused shows a resilience that can't be ignored.